Starting at forward, standing 6 feet 11, number 30, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Tonight, it'll be the Boston Celtics going up against the New York Knicks. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Knicks. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, there's the Celtics, 2.5 games back.
And I think for the Knicks, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got Wagner, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Bryant, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And for Boston, Allen is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Malik Monk. And then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Halliburton in at the 1.
At 6'11", Allen, a legitimate threat to finish through the rim, especially when given that kind of position.
Oh, here's Edwards. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Dinwiddie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good that time. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
And here's Edwards after Tyrese Halliburton was able to get the triple. Monk against Edwards. Bryant a screen on Monk. And here's Edwards from the arc. Traps in the tray.
I love how competitive Edwards is. He relishes getting revenge like this.
Leonard against Giannis. Pass to Markkanen. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Markkanen can't get it to go. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. And there's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And nice slash to the basket from Dinwiddie, showing off that nice knack for scoring.
Outside, Markkanen. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Markkanen finds Halliburton. Now here's Giannis. Hits the jump hook. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. Now, he couldn't have been more complimentary about Kawhi Leonard. After some injury issues, he's now back to being the best guy on the floor most of the time. Coach said slowing him down is like trying to hold back an avalanche with a shovel. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David.
You really got to hit Allen if you want to stop him. Just so long and strong from there.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. And Coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And now a look at the 2K leaderboard to see which point guards have been playing the best perimeter defense during the last month. In the third spot, Tyrese Halliburton. The fourth spot held by Jordan Poole.
And not only are these players tremendous at picking a ball handler's pocket, but as terrific point guards, they also know how to jump into passing lanes and get a steal or deflection that way as well.
Well, when you have someone who can orchestrate your offense and be the point of attack on defense, it makes life a whole lot easier.
Here's Markkanen. It's rebounded by Leonard. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the middle. Dinwiddie kicks to Edwards. Over Halliburton. Edwards' shot is good. Edwards got 5 now. And here we are, Greg, about a third of the way through the season. Is it too early to talk about MVP?
Some people debate that even before the season begins. I think we do have a front runner, but out of respect for the field, I'll keep that to myself.
Knicks with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, and you know, coaches honestly wouldn't have as much to do if guys shot like that every night.
Here's Halliburton. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Nice ball movement by Boston. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Markkanen. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket of the game. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for New York. Wagner has screen on Monk. And finished off by Wagner.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
Giannis against Leonard. Monk, the pass to Markkanen. Off target from three-point range. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. On the wing, Dinwiddie. Pass to Leonard. Over Monk. Goes back up. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Monk.
And Leonard is such a tough cover. He's so good at baiting the D into foul.
The Knicks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That free throw missing. Can you talk about a stacked roster? It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Paul in for Monk. Well, Coach, Boston has been so close to that 18th NBA championship banner, finally able to win the title last season.
Yeah, they've been to the conference finals 6 times in the last 8 years. Lost in the 2022 finals. They got over the top with 2 additions. Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Those guys really helped.
New York leading by 3. Outside Leonard. Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. And Poole gets it to go.
Great use of the bounce pass there. You gotta love that.
For Boston, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Paul with the screen for Halliburton. Back to Paul, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Antetokounmpo. 6 in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And again, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean, ranking 2nd in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort. Now here's Allen. 11-point game his last outing. 6 on the shot clock. Giannis passes to Allen. Over Jackson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Allen's got 6 points.
Not much else you can do. Sometimes Allen is going to score no matter how you defend him.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. This will give them a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And some changes here for the Celtics. Olynyk, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Kenyon Martin Jr. comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Malik Monk in for Chris Paul. A minute 42 left to play here in the first. Poole kicks to Kuminga. Here's Leonard in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Celtics trail by 5. Pass to Halliburton. .112 left here in the opening quarter. 5 to shoot. Knicks with the rebound.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's Leonard. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And here is Monk. Nothing on the board. Inside, here's Olynyk. And the rejection by Jackson. Over in the corner, Kuminga. Pass to Poole. 3-pointer. Connects from 3-point range. And now a 10-point New York lead.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Herter with a screen on Leonard. And here is Olynyk. To end the run, and he lays it up and in.
Well, he can really bully you in there. Olynyk is a tough assignment close to the basket.
Jackson with the screen. Leonard from deep 3-point land. Can't drop the tough 3-pointer. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the New York Knicks. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
The Knicks leading by 8. Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. They've got Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga out there with Jackson. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Edwards in at the 3. Now Herter, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Out to Clarkson. Over Edwards. The shot by Clarkson, no good. And so Edwards will bring it up for the New York Knicks. First chance of the season for them to go up against the Celtics team.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Now here's Jackson. Jordan Clarkson missing his last shot. The muscle from Edwards.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Monk right side. Olynyk a screen on Kuminga. 6 to shoot. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Herter.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
The Celtics making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Here's Poole. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
For Celtics Entertainment.
Well, you got to help out the team whenever you can, and this group of shooting guards have helped out on the glass for their respective teams this year. Second is Anthony Edwards.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a two-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
And you have to credit the two guards who are willing to come back and mix it up for a rebound. That attitude catches on for the entire team.
And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
First one falls for him.
Well, you can tell this team looks to Anthony Edwards to set the tone on the floor. His intensity becomes their intensity, and let me tell you, his intensity is always high.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Celtics. Halliburton comes in for Chris Paul. And then for New York, Ryan is checked in for Isaiah Jackson. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Miles McBride.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Halliburton for 3. Trains the three-pointer. Halliburton's got his second basket of the night.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Oh, here's Edwards. He had 25 points last game.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Halliburton kicks to Monk. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Olynyk sets a screen for Halliburton. And Olynyk hit the basket on the assist by Halliburton. Olynyk's got his second bucket.
Well, just such a big guy. Olynyk able to convert inside.
Fires from the line. Edwards, no good.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Jordan Poole. First personal foul. First team foul.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Knicks.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Boston. And then for New York, Mo Wagner comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Leonard in for Jordan Poole. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Wagner outside. Dinwiddie sets the screen for Wagner. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And really with good positional size, Dinwiddie can make plays above the rim.
Outside, Markkanen. Monk against Edwards. From deep, Giannis. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And it's good for 2. Edwards got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Wagner against Giannis. Knicks with the rebound. Bryant's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's Wagner missing. Celtics trail by 17. Shoots from 12. And that one's good by Giannis. Giannis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, we've seen Giannis add to his game over the years, and a consistent pull-up jumper might make him unguardable.
Now, here's Wagner. Trying to find Monk and gets it to him. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
No good on the free throw. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you missed the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. We'll get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. Second, the Knicks. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And we're getting to watch 2 of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
Here's Poole. He has 7. Pass to Wagner. Here's Bryant. Back to Wagner. Shot clock at 6. Poole against Markkanen. New York, no good that time either. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 14-point game. To the inside. It's Giannis throwing it down.
And it's extremely difficult trying to guard Paul in the screen and roll. Fantastic at making the right decision. A lethal passer.
2 minutes.
Poole against Paul. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Jared Allen comes in for Clarkson, and it's Malik Monk in for Chris Paul.
And the confidence Poole plays with, you gotta admire. He feels like he can hit from anywhere on the floor.
Halliburton kicks to Markkanen. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Leonard against Antetokounmpo.
Well, he hasn't made a shot, and his team is losing. Time to find another solution. Well, this has been a frustrating night for him, still without any points.
Leonard against Monk. Leonard, no luck. Celtics trail by 15. Here's Antetokounmpo. Giannis says, "Get off me!"
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Leonard inside, covered by Giannis. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist from Wagner.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. And Markkanen throws it down.
So good to see Markkanen using force on his finish.
Poole bounce pass. Wagner finds Leonard. 30 seconds left in the first half. There's the pick. Takes the three. Boston grabs the miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, what a move! Giannis!
An amazing athlete. The length, speed. Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Bryant, a screen on Halliburton. And here's Poole for three. And so it's New York. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Here with Tom Thibodeau. Coach, what has gone well for your team in the first half?
Started making plays, play unselfishly, force defense.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been for the New York Knicks.
And you look at the numbers. They're playing so well offensively. Nice flow. Only a few wasted possessions, guys.
And if they continue on this track, they're pulling away down the stretch. Mark my words.
And now a subject that's always of interest, player movement around the league.
Trading for someone like Zach LaVine shows initiative. This team wants to be competitive. He's a talented scorer, explosive finisher, and you get the feeling we haven't yet seen the best of him. Very, very talented.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
And so here is New York. They lead by 11. They've got Monk. Antetokounmpo is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton. And it's Allen in at the 5. That's the Boston 5.
Well, we've seen this movie before. Edwards is rolling, and his energy right now is infectious.
Giannis inside. Leonard's there, and Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And here's a look at some numbers for Anthony Edwards.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And so it's New York with it. A 12-point game. Dinwiddie passes to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Over Giannis.
And bringing that effort on both ends. Giannis, a tall, wily guy who forces you to take tough shots.
Floats it up for Giannis. Oh, Giannis up high and down hard.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
Wagner with a screen for Dinwiddie. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Excellent defense there from Halliburton. Here's Giannis. Inside. Antetokounmpo. Automatic.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight. Just unreal.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
On the screen and you show us your best move. Let's go.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Anthony Edwards. 11th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Wagner against Markkanen. And it's Wagner missing.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Halliburton. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Quickly, let's check out the league leaders in assists. Tyrese Halliburton on top.
It's hard to argue with his status as the best passer in the NBA right now. He just distributes the ball so well.
Celtics trail by 8. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Halliburton. Allen, a screen on Dinwiddie. To the paint. And Allen with the slam.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
And here's Boston. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Here's Halliburton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point Knicks lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Edwards against Monk. Edwards looking it over. Over Monk. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Celtics.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Free throw, good, Bryant. And New York making a change here. Poole's checked in. Both free throws good for Bryant.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Monk outside. Knicks with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. Edwards against Giannis. Edwards passes to Dinwiddie. Bryant with a screen for Dinwiddie. From 12 feet out, Jared Allen grabs the miss. Allen's got 4 rebounds in this game. Antetokounmpo finds Markkanen. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 20. Outside Leonard. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Leonard's got 14.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Antetokounmpo against Edwards. On the wing, Giannis. 23 points in the game. What muscle from Giannis on the finish.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Leonard against Markkanen. Ryan sets the screen for Edwards. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Rebound Boston. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Dinwiddie against Antetokounmpo. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now just a 3-point New York lead.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive enforcement.
Back to Poole. Here's Edwards. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting in San Antonio and going up against the Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Washington Wizards.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Markkanen. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Celtics trail by 4. 1:58 left in the third quarter of the game. Giannis against Leonard. 5 on the clock. And again, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got 16 here in the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Halliburton against Poole. Pass to Edwards. Takes a 3. And the Knicks miss again. It's a close game here in Boston. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Lobbed up there for Allen. The shot misses. And so Poole will bring it up for the Knicks. Here's Dinwiddie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Monk.
On a shooter like Dinwiddie, you have to guard close, but Dinwiddie challenges that defense and draws the foul.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Some changes for Boston. Olenek, he's checked in for Allen. Clarkson comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Paul in for Halliburton. And a switcher also for New York. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for Edwards. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Clarkson outside. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Yeah, the mid-range is the sweet spot for Clarkson. He does a lot of damage from there.
Poole trying to get open. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Knicks have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
Line for the Knicks. Dinwiddie, 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And the Celtics making a change here. Markkanen's checked in. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the third. Paul dishes to Monk. Olynyk, a screen on Dinwiddie. Pass to Herter. Clock at 6. Here's Monk. Rebounded by Jackson. Here's Kuminga. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached the end of the third. New York ahead, leading by 4. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, we've got Isaiah Jackson. Miles McBride out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Kuminga, and it's Edwards in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Edwards can't hit. Boston trailing. Clarkson surveying the floor. Halliburton outside to tie it up. He lays it in. Halliburton's got 4 points this quarter.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. And Poole gets it to go.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Down low. Here's Halliburton. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Halliburton's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Poole, no good. Celtics have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. The shot's good from Halliburton.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Poole. Following the score by Tyrese Halliburton. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Here's Halliburton. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Markkanen. Now Clarkson, defended by McBride. Clarkson passes to Markkanen. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Celtics lead by 2.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Poole. score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Tightly contested, but Bull can make shots with guys hanging all over.
Now, here's Clarkson. Halliburton outside. Olynyk, a screen on Poole. Halliburton passes to Olynyk.
At nearly 7 feet tall, Olynyk is tough to guard without fouling inside, especially when he's looking to score.
At the line, Kelly Olynyk. At the line for 2 shots.
And that one falls for Olynyk.
Well, offensively, Olynyk is more than just a jump shooting big. He's a solid playmaker for his position, and he's especially effective running dribble handoff actions.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Antetokounmpo comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Malik Monk in for Halliburton. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Pass to Kuminga. It's Edwards on the wing. Antetokounmpo defending. Edwards inside. Giannis is there.
And there's the length of Giannis. Bad idea to even attempt to get that shot over him.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Celtics. Clock at 4. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 10 points for Spencer Dinwiddie. Paul passes to Giannis. On the wing, Monk. Back to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Monk. Lets the 3 fly. And the 3 ball is good.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Outside Jackson. Here now is Dinwiddie. Here's Kuminga. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Monk outside. Picked by Markkanen. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's McBride. Monk defending. Edwards against Paul. Jackson a screen on Paul. Oh, here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
The Celtics with the lead. Monk with the ball. Inside. Here's Giannis.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Kuminga kicks to Edwards. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Edwards brings so much power to his game inside.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And tonight we've also seen a lot of great play from them inside. They've been consistent in terms of attacking the interior of this D.
He's off on the first. Halliburton's checked in for Chris Paul. And then for New York, Ryan is checked in for Isaiah Jackson. Mo Wagner comes in for Kuminga. And it's Leonard in for Miles McBride. He hits the second from the line.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Edwards against Monk. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Markkanen sets the pick for Monk. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And it's Boston with another.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He said in the huddle, you got to play some defense in the paint. They're getting too much in there. Battle down low. Time to fight, guys.
Thank you, David. Wagner passes to Leonard. Dinwiddie against Halliburton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting for New York, Dinwiddie, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Celtics have gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Allen outside. Edwards against Monk. Left side, Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Halliburton. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Halliburton, no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Bryant, a screen on Halliburton. Dinwiddie kicks it out to Leonard to take the lead. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Here's Halliburton. And Halliburton slams it in.
And guys, there's just an air about Halliburton. He has such belief in his abilities, and eventually others start to believe.
Oh, here's Edwards. Wagner, a screen on Monk. Kicks it out to Wagner. And the 3 off target. Boston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Pass to Halliburton. He's looking for Giannis and finds it. Monk outside. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Cranes it from downtown.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Oh, here's Edwards. Jared Allen grabs the miss, and he commits the intentional foul. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus. They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes. It counts. Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Tyrese Halliburton. At the line for 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
It's the Celtics picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Giannis. Great individual performance. I guess you're going for another MVP, huh?
You know, I try not to think about it that much. My mindset is do my job, do whatever it takes to help my team win, and all I care about is that we got to win.
Love the humble brag, man. Congrats on the win. Thanks.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.